Ladies and gentlemen, it is a great day, a fantastic day. Finally, South Park took down an entire religion. Blooms came out swinging with another absolute banger, and I am here for it, all right? I got tons of people asking me to get on this goddamn horse, and here I am on the horse. All right, let's see what we got.
Hollywood at that time, Scientology was just simply a no-go. The lawyers would just say no, and whether they said...
Dude, Scientology was the most cringe scam of all time. Like, I hate scams of convincing people to give their money to people, and I absolutely hate like religious cults that are just existing not for any form of faith but purely for personal gain. This is literally both of them. Scientology's evil, and the good thing about Scientology is they're kind of debunked. Scientology is not nearly as big anymore, which is really nice. But it's insane that South Park really went down on this hill and just went to freaking war.
Look, you're right. This should be completely up for parody. We don't want to risk it, and we don't want to go to court, and they sue everybody.
Our number one story.
Everyone was afraid to go up against Scientology. Scientology was massive. Scientology is so terrifying that they have the IRS on their leash.
Countdown tonight, Cruise, Scientology, and South Park.
We were told that the people involved in Mission Impossible 3 demanded that show be pulled off the air, and it was.
One of the touchiest episodes was about Scientology.
It's crazy. I have nothing but respect for South Park doing what they do. I also think of myself as a troll parody guy, and bro, listen. I mean, I would absolutely go after Scientology, but like, dude, this is like an actual villain. Like, it's such an easy villain to go up against.
Notoriously litigious group.
Isaac Hayes recently quit his job as the voice of the character Chef.
Goodbye.
Whoa! That's why he left the show, because the voice actor quit to become a Scientologist? So they made an entire episode as like a personal vendetta. Oh my god, that's insane. Versus Scientology. Oh shit, I haven't actually seen these episodes. I just know a thing or two about them, so I am very excited for this deep dive.
Battle was just getting it out. Once it had gone on the air, you couldn't put it back.
Hayes said he left because of, quote, inappropriate ridicule of religious community. So, Scientology, you may have won this battle, but the million-year war for Earth has just begun.
Dude, Scientology is such an insane rabbit hole. Parody is my favorite form of commentary. If you can just parody something without actually sitting down in front of the camera and saying, this bad guy is actually a bad guy, right? That's, okay, whatever, anyone can do that. But to be able to make a parody of something and get across the message that you're trying to do with parody is like nothing but respect, honestly. And that's why I love South Park.
Alright class, I hope you enjoyed that little intro I made. As you can see, today we're talking about one of South Park's most controversial episodes.
Women! Sorry, I was just, okay.
Now, if you've attended any of my lectures in the past, you're probably well aware of the fact that South Park is pretty controversial.
I don't know, the way they said the N-word 42 times I thought was just, that was like a breath of fresh air, honestly. I wouldn't say that's controversy as much as that's... Okay, never mind, I take it back.
In fact, you probably have at least some knowledge on the controversy we'll be talking about today, considering its large section in my most popular lecture, and the large-scale news coverage it received at the time.
Yeah,
but
dude.
even if you...
Oh, dude, South Park is so fucking good. It's so good. Just being able to parody things and use it as a form of commentary is my favorite thing in the world. Like, it's honestly incredible. It's so good.
Watch that lecture, you probably don't know the details of the situation, and through my research, I discovered that this rabbit hole goes so much deeper than I ever thought possible. Today, we're talking about that time that South Park took on one of the scariest looming threats in all of Hollywood, an organization that struck fear into the hearts of anyone who considered speaking out against them, considered for many years to be completely off-limits to criticism.
Honestly, they have been off-limits to criticism for a while. Like, they actually controlled facets of government. Scientology was insanely huge. It was like they had all the protections of being just a religion and protected people, right? It's like you're being racist, well, you're being anti-religion. Well, that's cringe, obviously. But Scientology managed to wheedle its way into that position, that it was uncriticizable, but also ended up in some crazy position of power where they controlled the IRS. The IRS bended their knee to the Scientologists. These guys were actually insane. They would kidnap you with no repercussions. Nux, can you explain what the hell Scientology is? I'm sure Blooms will do it. It's a cult. Scientology's a cult.
We're talking about Scientology. Well, you see, all of that scary and threatening stuff I just said used to be true.
No, it's gone.
That is until South Park made this episode and proved that they were significantly more bark than bite.
Which is insane. Which is very unlike some Minecraft YouTubers who are a lot more bite than bark. If you know, you know. But yes, it's actually insane that Scientology, all they really needed to do to lose all of their power is just pull the mask over their head and for the world to just see them for who they actually are, which is incredible. Like, it's so cool to see how the unmasking was enough to absolutely topple this massive, wealthy, powerful organization, and it's beautiful. And I think the internet is being able to do that more and more and more.
In fact, it's very likely that this single episode of South Park not only exposed the true nature of Scientology to the general public for the very first time, but started a chain reaction of events
because a lot of people know about Scientology, the Church of Scientology, without actually knowing what Scientology is at all. I mean, it sounds like science. It must be real.
Caused such immense, irreversible damage to the group that their continuing descent into obscurity can be directly traced back to the release of this episode.
Holy fuck, that's crazy. I knew it had an impact. I didn't think it actually was the nail in the coffin. According to Google search, it's an official religion, which is something.
To put it simply, this cartoon directly led to the downfall of the world's most successful cult. It also might have caused some more minor effects outside of Scientology. For example, it led to threats of legal action from one of the most famous people in the world. It nearly canceled the media tour for Mission Impossible 3. It led to an incredibly invasive private investigation that included attempted espionage. It caused one of the main voice actors from the show to quit after 10 years, and it might have even been the inciting incident that would lead to that same actor's untimely death just a few years later.
Oh my god, this is a rabbit hole! This is a rabbit hole! Oh my lord! This is massively crazy. Dude, here's the thing. The reason why the internet is so beautiful is because anyone with a voice can speak. It's so powerful that you can start talking about and putting eyes on things that otherwise no one would know really existed or no one would understand the inner workings of it. South Park is able to do it through entertainment. And since it's through purely entertainment, it is accessible to everybody. It is the ultimate sleeper commentary channel.
You know, just minor stuff. Now, that might sound like a lot, but I promise you all will be explained in time.
Hit me, bro.
And trust me, we haven't even scratched the surface yet. Because this is that time South Park took down an entire religion.
That's crazy. That's so crazy. Holy shit.
You know what else, Tom Cruise?
Bro, I have to say, though, listen. To all the guys being like, shows that really leave an impact and mark on society, they're the shows that have diverse characters and that are woke. Listen, I hate the word woke as much as the next guy. But it's South Park's legacy is the non-wokeness, is the abrasiveness of its commentary. Fuck, that's crazy. It's crazy to see it going on for as long as it did.
Cruise is often associated.
What is Scientology? You'll see what Scientology is. I'm sure he's gonna explain it. It's a cult that believes in like Xenu or whatever, as like this alien god. It's crazy. It makes no sense. It's obviously stupid. But the point is, for people that get sucked into the cult, they believe in this shit, which is insane. What's your opinion on Scientology? I hate cults. I think all cults are evil.
Associated with fighter jets. And you know
War Thunder, the sponsor of this week's religion cancellation video.
Who else loves fighter jets? Everyone. So that's why you should go and check out today's sponsor, War Thunder.
I'm literally such a god. All right. Come on, man. All right, dude. God damn it. Science non-fiction.
Now, I'm going to assume that you all know what Scientology is by now, but I think it's important to give some general information about the religion, and I use that word very lightly.
It's not a religion. It's a cult. There is a difference. A lot of people might think there isn't a difference. I believe there is a difference. I think religion is founded on faith, and cults are founded on greed. This is the latter.
As well as get an idea of what the general public's knowledge of Scientology was like before the release of this episode. In short, they didn't know much. In 2005...
Because until you actually joined the Church of Scientology, you weren't allowed to know what it was. Only once you became a Scientologist were you able to learn about Scientology. So it was this super closed doors idea, because obviously they didn't want anyone else knowing about it. Because if anyone else actually knew about it, then people would call it for bullshit.
Scientology had already...
And then they'd probably get assassinated. There were assassinations that were linked to Scientology.
Been around for decades, with many sources claiming the church reached its peak anywhere from the late 70s to the early 90s. In terms of how many Scientologists there were at their peak, it's pretty ambiguous, with some people claiming they never broke 30,000 and others claiming upwards of 700,000. As you'll see, the church tends to be pretty unreliable when releasing any information about themselves, so it seems like the true scale of Scientology will never really be known.
Yeah, of course not, because again, Scientology, the reason why Scientology is so insane is because never join anything unless you know all of it, all right? If part of the selling pitch is join to know more, it's a scam, period. I know that sounds wrong, but it's a scam, period. Do you know how many of these get rich quick scams every single freaking fat ass YouTuber out there trying to get your tuchuses into their goddamn communities? Red pill guys talking about selling you this course on how to become mega rich with these 7 tricks will blow your mind, and then they talk and ramble using big fat words and then showing off their Lamborghini 7 times and then saying, and then once you join my community, you'll have access to everything. And you don't know what it is? It's a scam. It's a scam. If they cannot tell you what they are giving you before you're paying them, it is a scam. Period.
At this time in the mid-2000s, the general public had heard of Scientology. Like I said, it had been around for decades, and over that time, it had picked up some rather well-known people, such as Tom Cruise, who had become a public advocate for the group as early as the 1990s.
Insane! And it also works like a pyramid scheme, so that anyone, if you could get someone to join Scientology, you make a cut also. So obviously you want to keep preaching it as much as you can. Like, you don't know if the people that join are just brainwashed or also greedy. It's vile. I hate cults so much.
And quickly became the face of...
I think a lot of YouTubers have this issue that they'll I think stan culture, like when a whole group of people just they follow some sort of YouTuber and look at him like some sort of god, like in the Minecraft community, everyone like, you know, literally putting their dicks out for all these fucking Minecraft guys that all turn out to be horrible people down the line. But like that stan mentality is cultish in itself. It's a figure that people are looking up to, like some sort of deity, and he is just slowly but surely corralling you into doing like all you egg boys. Goddamn, sounds like an egg boy to me, boss. Oh my god, chat. I try my hardest to be meta, okay? I try my hardest to be meta here, all right? I tell you, don't trust me every video where I talk about this stuff.
The church. This meant that knowledge of Scientology was very surface level in the mainstream.
Yeah.
People had heard of it, but no one really knew anything about it, as the church liked to keep a rather low profile. So when the face of
low profile that just tries to get and recruit as many people as possible, that is so insanely hypocritical. It's like, oh, we're a low profile, we're not gonna actually tell you what this is all about. Anyway, you should definitely join. That's fucking sus as shit.
Scientology went on Oprah in May of 2005 acting like he had been hitting the slopes in the green room, people started to wonder just what the hell did Scientology do to this man?
I'm not gonna pretend.
See, you're not. You know, Katie once
told... and Oprah knew exactly what she was doing promoting this. She absolutely got a fat check cut out to her.
17 magazine. Yes!
Though he didn't directly speak on Scientology in the interview,
obviously, because there's nothing to say that a rational human being wouldn't immediately lose their mind.
He would later make some statements that directly echo the beliefs of Scientology, going after Brooke Shields for her antidepressant use. You see, Scientology doesn't really like the idea of psychiatry. In fact, Dianetics, which is one of the core principles...
You see, Scientology doesn't want you to be sound of mind, you see. They would rather you be loose of pocket.
Principles of Scientology was created as essentially a replacement for psychiatric care. A month later, in an interview with Matt Lauer, Cruise...
Have you considered joining the depression sex cult instead of getting psychiatric help? I'm telling you, it's awesome.
would expand on these views, calling psychiatry a pseudoscience and condemning any use of psychiatric drugs. Interestingly enough, he actually made some points about the overprescription of these medications that are reasonable and make sense. The problem was his insistence that there are absolutely no cases where they should be used, and his refusal to accept psychiatry as a legitimate medical practice. Also, the fact that as the interview went on, it seems like he's getting increasingly angrier, starkly contrasting the lighthearted, joking attitude he shared literally moments ago, to the point where he's essentially yelling at Matt Lauer.
And you should do that also, because just knowing people who are on Ritalin isn't enough. You should be a little bit more responsible in knowing
I'm
really...
not prescribing Ritalin, Tom.
So for the first time...
Dude, this is insane. It's like everyone that... Educate yourself! Educate yourself! Which is just a sentence that people use when they actually have no idea what they're talking about.
The general public gets a small glimpse into the beliefs of this group, and their first impression is that Scientology, despite the name, seemed to be rather far removed from any form of science. And the main spokesperson...
Which is why it's such a good name. It is such a good name, Scientology, right? Biology is the study of, bio. It's the study of life. Ology means the study of. Scientology sounds like it's just the study of science. It sounds like it is something completely factual in every possible way. Something that is 100% honest to God existing, right? It sounds like it's based on things that have to be true. It's Scientology. Then they start talking about alien overlord god shit and all that fucking bullshit. But again, the name is fucking good. It is a sick name.
And for the group,
I mean, if you're trying to scam people, ruin their lives, and have them join sex cults, it would be great.
It's like he himself might benefit from some psychiatric care based on how incredibly unstable he was in his last two interviews. So now all the general public knows about Scientology is that they don't believe in psychiatry and their main spokesman might be clinically insane. And with that, the two creators of an adult animated TV show decided it was time to do some digging.
I mean, I think more than that was known before South Park. I don't think South Park really was the dog whistle on this. I just think it popularized it.
And what they found would shock...
Because people used to go around with Scientology pamphlets back in the day, trying their hardest to recruit people to join the cult of Scientology.
Them so much
they call themselves a Church of Scientology. It's literally the greatest name in the history of scams. I think it's probably the greatest marketing scheme maybe ever made, right? Think about it. Church, so religious people could be interested, of Scientology, right? So people that denounce religion would be interested because it's the study of science. Like, this is literally the ultimate marketing scheme.
That they knew they had to share it with the public, and this would be the beginning of the end.
Stan, do you want to hear the great secret doctrine of life behind Scientology?
Sure.
All right, go ahead and tell him.
All right, baby, let's go! Yeah, every religion needs a true prophet. That's what I'm saying.
On November 16th...
Remember all those other prophets? Scams. Hoodlums. I am the real one.
2005, episode 12 of the 9th season of South Park would air on Comedy Central, simply titled Trapped in the Closet. The episode opens with the boys looking for something fun to do on a Saturday, with Stan insisting that they do something that's free since he's saving up for a new bike. Cartman, being annoyed by this, reminds Stan of the first law of physics.
Anything that's fun costs at least $8.
The rest of the boys...
Honestly, that's just physics. Man knows. Just like the best way to measure the taste of food is there's a little metric on the back of food that lets you know how tasty it'll be. Like if you take a package of food and turn it around to the nutritional facts over there, there is one metric that directly correlates to taste. It's called calories. That's just a fact.
Then go to play laser tag. Side note, you know you're broke when even Kenny can afford to do something that you can't. So
God damn! You're gonna call me out on that.
And is out looking for some fun free activities. He just so happens to pass by some friendly folks offering free personality tests and talking about something called Scientology.
Yeah.
Apparently,
again, it's always these idiots with pamphlets that are gonna be vague as shit and inspire you with some random vague bullshit that would inspire anybody and take weak-minded individuals. I hate cults so much. Maybe it's because I'm a YouTuber, okay? Every single YouTuber has some sort of platform. What you're trying to do is you're trying to talk to people to get them to be excited to click subscribe on your video, click like, which you should definitely do, by the way. You should definitely click subscribe and like. Check out Bloom's also, man, it's beautiful. But the point is, everyone's trying their best to manipulate people, and it's disgusting to see how personalities on social media are all primed to this weird manipulative brainwashing shit. Not that anyone likes to talk about it, But they are. And I think that's another reason why seeing manipulative people trying to convince and herd people into directions really, for evil purposes, really just rubs me the wrong way, man. Which is definitely why you should go to my Patreon, patreon.com/NuxTaku. Maybe give me $1 or $2, you know what I'm saying?
It's a cool new thing, as celebrities like Tom Cruise and John Travolta are Scientologists themselves.
True.
Stan begins to know
this is like every, if you're a YouTuber, you'll know this. So many people reach out to YouTubers saying, hey, join my company is really good. We work with people like Mr. Beast and PewDiePie. And they're like, oh fuck, they work with these guys? They must be amazing. It's a lie. It's a lie!
Notice that all of this is very religion-like, so we asked about it, and their response isn't very reassuring.
Then how come that sign says Church of Scientology?
Oh, that's just his thing. What's the Denver Broncos record now? 6-2?
One of the signs...
Yeah, pay no attention to the whole church part, right? But again, the reason why it's called church is because it's a wonderful way to lure in people that actually do want to believe in some sort of higher power. It's literally the ultimate scam. It's the ultimate scam, and it got so far based on nothing.
Scientologist then begins asking Stan some questions, and by the time he's done, he comes to the conclusion that Stan is horribly miserable and depressed. In his mind, there's only one solution to this.
It's so cool how South Park actually did that. A lot of people, the way they prime people is by first letting you know how awful your life is. It's like, wow, your life is really shit, isn't it? No, my life is pretty great. You have no bitches. You have no riz. No, yeah, I mean, that's true, but like, all in all, things are going well. You're poor. You have no money. You have no purpose. Your siblings hate you. I mean, listen, I'm not like that depressed. I'm going through a thing right now, but I'm gonna be okay. Do you know that the suicide rate in males has increased rapidly over the last few years? I could see you being one. Okay, all right. What's your program? What's your program? Well, son, just join Scientology. It'll be great. We'll fix all of your problems.
What do I do?
It's very simple. We just need $240.
As easy as that. As easy as that. And notice, they ask for the money before they tell you how they're gonna help. If they ask for the money before they tell you how they're gonna help, it's a scam. Every course that charges you money before you know what the course is giving you is a scam. All of it. It's all a scam. Damn it!
Stan then heads home to discuss his depression with his parents, asking them to pay for the $200.
Stanley, I didn't know you were miserable.
Neither did I!
They say that
God damn it, so real.
if he really wants it, he should spend the money he's been saving for his bike. And even though he's a bit more hesitant, he decides that it's worth it.
Yeah, well, just like the rest of us, you have to make choices with your money. You want a bike, or do you want to not be depressed?
Okay, awful lesson, but alright, sure.
On paying the fee, they begin to explain the history of Scientology to Stan. The founder and prophet goes by the name of L. Ron.
Bro's name was L. You're gonna join a religion where the guy who started its name is L? Dude, fuck, man.
Hubbard. Now, L. Ron has his own extensive history that the episode doesn't dive into in detail. However, they do mention the fact that he was a science fiction writer. During
Scientology, science fiction writer, alien gods, interesting. This is crazy. It's like, imagine doing a VTuber lore for some VTuber company, doing VTuber lore, but then trying to actually convince people that it's real. Holy shit, I should do that.
During his life, he built up a rather large resume as a serial scammer and is known for some
the creator of this religion was a serial scammer. Interesting.
Some absolutely incredible quotes, such
I don't know, man. Listen, I have a very hot take when it comes to religion. All right, that's a terrible way to start a sentence. I'm gonna get canceled. But one thing that I really like about Judaism in particular, all right, we'll spin this from a positive way, is the way that Judaism is described to have commenced is 600,000 people received the Torah and heard the word of God at the same time in the desert, right? Like after leaving Egypt, slavery in Egypt, before entering the Holy Land, they were the entire nation together heard the word of God and was given the Torah and the commandments and all that stuff. However, it's like as an example, okay? There is no other religion that I know of, maybe I'm just completely wrong, where it doesn't based on believing one guy, right? The one guy theory, it keeps hitting me every time I hear about it. Like, how could Scientology, exist? Well, the proof is this one L. Ron Hubbard guy, right? Like, take his word for it. He must know it, right? Whole world just gets one guide and a religion starts. Like, listen.
Chaz, you don't get rich writing science fiction. If you want to get rich, you start a religion.
Yo! That's a quote? He actually said that? Lord! Oh my god.
Bit on the nose there, Elron. They continue to explain that he discovered that the body has thetans that cause negative emotions, which can be read by a device called an e-meter. Now, at this point, you may notice
this is hard science. This isn't like that psychology bullshit.
That it seems like they really did a lot of research into how Scientology recruits people. And
yeah, I bet you they actually they sent some people to join Scientology just to get this fucking episode.
According to ex-Scientologists, their portrayal is very accurate.
So these are actual questions on Scientology's personality test.
We just need $240.
I mean, that's exactly how that goes. The standard response to every item on the test evaluation, they go, Scientology can help you with that.
But they won't explain how. They'll charge money before explaining how they'll help you. Interesting.
And they sell you an introductory course.
Well, there's a reason for that. First of all, I want to give a huge shout out to Andrew Gold. Funnily enough, he's the same guy who interviewed Jesse Morton, the man who made the threats towards South Park after episode 200. Made a whole video about that if you want to check it out. But Andrew also interviewed Mark Headley, an ex-Scientologist who now advocates against Scientology. This interview...
Wait, do people actually need to advocate against Scientology right now? I think Scientology's dead, right? People actually still believe in this shit? Bro, there's an actual Scientology Twitter account. Damn, look how big Scientology popping right now. Look at this Twitter real estate. Dog, they got 3 likes on this tweet from 7 hours ago. Jeebus, freebus. They are absolute 4 likes from the Austin office of L. Ron Hubbard. All right, how's this guy doing? Damn, man is eating big 12,000 followers. Jeebless. Frick, he got 15 likes on this tweet. Damn, man's a king. Man's like an actual legend. Fuck, man. Yeah, Scientology's dead.
Interview provided me with tons of information about how exactly South Park impacted Scientology, and I highly recommend you go listen to it if you have the time, as I will be referencing it throughout this video. In this interview, Mark mentions that one of the reasons South Park was so knowledgeable on Scientology is because they consulted with a man named Mark Ebner, a journalist who had been researching Scientology for decades, going as far as to go undercover as a potential recruit for Scientology. He's essentially an expert in Scientology, and Matt and Trey worked directly with him while making this episode.
So badass. I love that. They really just went hard, bro.
So while Stan gets his thetan levels read, they quickly realize that Stan is a very special boy.
I bet you my left nut, they do that with everybody. Wow, you have untapped potential! What? Did your parents treat you like shit yesterday? Yes, they did actually. Wow! Your parents don't realize they have a veritable Anakin Skywalker in their midst!
There was only one person who ever registered OT9 in the history of our church.
Damn, that's crazy.
Our prophet has returned.
Word spreads fast, and before he knows it, Stan's house is swarmed by Scientologists hoping to get a look at the reincarnation of their prophet.
Oh my god, it's actually insane. Like, it's actually crazy.
One of the more excited followers even found their way into Stan's room.
Wow, almost like, this is literally a Stan fan base, right? Like, this is the, freaking stalker fans that freaking show up at the YouTubers' houses. Holy shit.
Of course, it's Tom Cruise, who seeks approval in his acting abilities from Stan. Stan's answer isn't...
Tom Cruise ended up furious about this episode, if I remember correctly.
Exactly what Tom was looking for, and he heads to the only place he knows.
Well, I mean, you're not like as good as Leonardo DiCaprio, but you're okay, I guess.
Wow! Well!
That guy that played Napoleon Dynamite, but you're okay.
Ah!
Hey! Dad! Tom Cruise won't come out of the closet!
Oh my god, they went there! That's why he was furious! I remember this now. It wasn't even the Scientology thing. That's the one that they... Oh my god, bro. Dude, South Park, no chill. Zero chill.
Try as they might, they cannot manage to get Tom Cruise to leave the closet, even when R. Kelly shows up to give his 2 cents.
Oh. Oh.
Well, I was just standing here, and Tom Cruise locked himself in the closet. So I pull out my gun.
The current leader of Scientology decides that Stan needs to know all of the secrets of Scientology, so he sits him down to explain the actual beliefs of Scientologists.
See, they only explain the beliefs of the religion and after you join. You see, you're not entitled to know what they actually believe in before you give them $240. You see, because otherwise you might not give them the money and they wouldn't in fact successfully scam you. Now that we understand the goal here, let's proceed.
I'm not going to explain the whole clip, I'll link it in the description if you want to watch it, but the story is incredibly fantastical.
It's fucking bullshit. It's like insanely bullshit.
Includes tales of Lord Xenu,
Lord Xenu is an alien god, is the alien god of Scientology.
Aliens, intergalactic airplanes, soul catchers, brainwashing, and alien souls possessing mankind.
Yeah, this is actually what Scientologists actually believe. You might not be fully aware of this, but this is what actually Scientologists believe. It's the most insane bullshit of all time. Like, holy frick. Dude, here, let me just read you a quick, Scientology. All right, so the way they describe themselves is that Scientologists believe that people have an innate and suppressed power and ability that can be gained if cleared of unwanted behavioral patterns and discomforts, right? You can literally become a better version of yourself. However, that is not even close. And what's crazy is that's how it's actually talked about on the Scientology websites. Like, it'll talk about how listen, your spirit could live on and your fucking bullshit can exist somewhere else. However, if you want to get into the real fun stuff that's not actually on the Scientologist pages until you actually pay them, and this is on Wikipedia, which is likely altered by Scientology. Scientology teaches that Xenu was the dictator of a galactic confederacy of 76 planets who was captured and imprisoned on Earth 75 million years ago after bringing billions of his people to Earth, placing them around volcanoes and killing them by using hydrogen bombs, right? Billions of years ago. Scientologists believe he is still being kept there in these days. Xenu is very important for their beliefs because Xenu explains that the believed origin of what are known as body thetans from humans. Body thetans are believed to be the essence of Xenu's people that gather around humans and cause them spiritual harm. It is the purpose of auditing within Scientology to remove the thetans from the Scientologists. You are literally getting surrounded by evil ghost aliens at all times unless you join Scientology to cure yourself of this because of Xenu's fucking bullshit, right? And this is a positive description of what they believe in, all right? It is the most insane bullshit of all time. Not only do you gotta believe in aliens, you gotta believe in ghosts too. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. There are fictional religions that make more sense than this absolute fucking hive mind bullshit. Yes, in other words, Scientology is a spiritual enema that keeps you away from the ghost aliens that died after being murdered by hydrogen bombs billions of years ago around the volcano of where Xenu is still being kept.
Completely unrelated, but remember how they mentioned L. Ron Hubbard was a science fiction writer?
Yeah.
Throughout the entire 2-minute scene, a text box appears at the bottom of the screen reading, "This is what Scientologists actually believe."
Yeah, they want to make... South Park really wants to hit it exactly home at how absolute unhinged bullshit this is. And no one will hear about this. The reason why no one will ever hear about this is because Scientologists don't talk about what they actually believe in until you join.
In all caps. And as it turns out, yeah, this is what Scientologists actually believe. But actually, the vast majority of Scientologists
don't know that this is what they believe in!
Don't know this story.
It's true. The main religion of Scientology was only kept to the insane higher-ups of Scientologists. Like, for me, that is insane. It is absolutely insane that even the people in the cult don't know what the cult's actual doctrine is. It's absolutely wild to me.
As it's kept very secret. Now you
I think this recently I was talking to a guy, a Mormon dude, and he literally did not know what Mormonism was about at all. Like I don't know. I like religious discussions and stuff like that. So I was talking to him about Mormonism, and Bro had no idea what Mormonism was about. Like, he's like, yeah, I'm a Mormon. I'm like, okay, cool. What do you think about the Book of Mormon and the way the prophet got it and all that? And he's like, that's not how it happened at all. That's not how it happened at all. And I asked him, and he couldn't explain. Do they have a Mormon episode in South Park, too? That's crazy.
Maybe thinking, why would a religion that's trying to convert people want to keep their beliefs secret? Isn't that kind of like the opposite of what you would want to do? And that's correct. In fact, if I didn't know any better, I might say that this behavior seems to be more in line with what a cult would do. But as we'll talk about in a little bit, there's a good reason why they don't want this information out there. So
because it's fucking bullshit and people will smell it from a mile away and not join. And the only way they'll actually introduce this information to you is once you've been completely indoctrinated into their fucking hive mind of insanity, where you're giving them money, telling you that this is the only way you'll ever be happy and remove the evil fade-in alien ghosts from your body.
Stan is educated on the full truth of Scientology. He's asked to continue where he left off and add to the sacred doctrine.
You know what? After this, maybe we'll watch the Mormon episode, honestly.
Meanwhile, Tom Cruise is still in the closet, refusing to leave. In fact, he's denying that he's even in the closet to begin with.
See, I don't think Mormonism is as much of a cult as Scientology. I just want to be clear. Scientology was purely made from everyone in the high-ups of Scientology knows it's a cult. Unlike Mormonism, where I don't think that is the case. I don't think most people that are Mormons are there, or even the higher-ups or priests. I don't think they think it's a cult. I think that they think that it's a religion, whereas the top guys in Scientology's never believed it.
It's time for you to come out of the closet.
Damn.
I'm not in the closet.
So while Stan is writing his new sacred doctrine, the rest of the boys tell him that they're concerned about his involvement in this cult, to which Stan denies that it even is a cult and claims that he's found meaning in it.
I didn't know you were depressed. Neither did I. But now, if you guys can't accept this great thing I belong to, then I suppose we're no longer friends.
Oh no! Yeah. Religion dividing people. No, cults dividing people.
With Tom Cruise, he is still in the closet, so they try to use fellow Scientologist John Travolta to get him out. This, of course, just leads to John Travolta going into the closet as well, now also refusing to come out. And of course, R. Kelly just gets angrier.
And I pull out my gun! Oh, Jesus, here we go with the gun again.
When Stan shares his new writings with the leader of Scientology, he's very excited about them, until Stan reveals the most dramatic change that he's added.
Oh, God. Best of all, I wrote that all the Scientologists should no longer have to pay money to belong.
What? No! 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 That's insane! Literally! Holy shit! I didn't know they went that far!
What?
He then goes on to reveal his true intentions with Scientology.
You don't actually believe this crap, do you? Those people out there buy that crap, but I thought you were smart enough to see what was really going on. What's better than telling people a stupid story and having them believe you? Having them pay you for it, stupid! That's how a scam works. But this is a scam on
a lot of people don't know this, but Scientology was just the original ARG horror game. I'm just saying.
Global scale.
Stan is rather caught off guard at first, but when he starts talking about making millions of dollars, he remembers how he needs a new bike, and he's a lot more receptive to it.
Yeah, I get you.
Then keep writing.
Damn, damn, it's almost like it's pretty fucking easy to convince people to go in with the scam if they're just there to make a crazy amount of money.
Yeah, Ron, your people are waiting.
Meanwhile, Tom Cruise and John Travolta are still in the closet, and they still refuse to come out, even after R. Kelly is sent up there to get them out. R. Kelly then gets curious, and who would have thought, he ends up in the closet as well.
Damn, that's crazy. Dude, this South Park is fucking unhinged.
Well.
Now I'm in the closet. Now I'm in the closet too.
In the morning, Stan is ready to share his new doctrine with the world. He begins to read, but as he looks out across the sea of people and recognizes just how much this means to so many of them, he knows that he can't do it. He decides that it's best for these people to know the real truth.
We're all looking for answers, you know? Sometimes we want to know the answers so badly that we believe just about anything.
Bruh.
I'm not the reincarnation of L. Ron Hubbard. And Scientology is just a big fat global scam.
Wow, they just said it. They just said it!
This does not go over very well, and all of the Scientologists begin to threaten to sue Stan. This includes Tom Cruise, who finally made it out of the closet as Stan adamantly defends himself against the threats. This is referencing the fact that Scientology has a very long history of taking legal action against those who have come out against them.
Scientology has the court system by the balls. They have for a very, very long time. And it's worth noting as well how ready and available the government was to protect them. Like, it's actually insane. And obviously you can never criticize the government because the government will just say, okay, so it's like government will just go, who? And they don't give a fucking damn. But like, you gotta wonder how intertwined this was with government protocols. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy that they got as far as they did.
Starting lawsuits in several different countries over the course of many, many years. The episode comes to an end with Stan making a final proclamation against the group, and it's pretty clearly meant to be the creators themselves speaking directly to Scientology.
Okay, good. Do it. I'm not scared of you. Sue me.
Oh, baby! Bro, dude, that's incredible. That's incredible. All your bullshit'll come out in Discovery, you bitch.
And as the credits roll, they play into the joke even further by refusing to show any of the actual names of the
It's perfect. It is so
staff
perfect.
who worked on the episode.
John Smith did everything. That's amazing.
Instead, they replace every name with Jane or John Smith. And that's where the episode ends.
Dude, that's some gangster fucking shit. Oh my god, that's amazing.
It's one of my favorites. It has hilarious moments and some
Holy
scathing
crap.
commentary. But all around, it's a pretty typical episode of South Park. And I gotta say, I'm absolutely certain that all parties being referenced acted completely reasonably after this episode. I really doubt that there was any sort of extreme backlash.
Yeah, it was just parody and comedy, right? Like, there's not something that should actually... It's not like this will take down a fucking religion or anything. Let's go, baby.
Yeah, we
Epic
probably should have seen
foreshadowing.
this coming, especially since this is the second time I've made that joke. As you might imagine, Scientology wasn't exactly happy about their portrayal in this episode.
What? You mean the scammers didn't like being called out for being scammers? That is so unlike scammers. All the scammers I know love it when that happens.
I didn't
just look at my friend Carl the completionist. Gerard the completionist. He fucking loved that shit. See, Carl's favorite part about being called out for being a scammer is the fact that he still gets insane dislikes on every single one of his videos. That's my favorite part of Carl.
Really get into
Why do I
it
keep calling him Carl? Gerard, what the fuck?
in the intro, but I mentioned that before this, Scientology was seen as off limits in the media. People were scared to talk about them at all. The reason for that is that they have a long
lawsuits, friends in the FBI, money siphoned from the government, the IRS in their back pocket. Don't mess with them.
History of doing things that are best described as batshit crazy. They're kind of known for going to the most extreme lengths if it ensured that they would get their way, especially if it meant protecting their image. For example, in the podcast, Mark mentions that the group perpetrated the largest infiltration of the US government in history, as thousands of Scientologists were hired into positions in various government organizations and offices in an effort to
Dude, all these people fucking everywhere going, Jews control the world, the Jews, all these freaking anti-Semite fucks out there. Bro, it literally happens. Goddamn, this is real life with what Scientology was doing. Okay, real life. But no, it's much easier to target some other group of people.
Of unfavorable records about Scientology.
It's the shadow
yes,
government.
that is real. You can Google it. It's called Operation Snow White. So if they were willing to go that far with the US government, you would assume they definitely weren't about to sit by and watch as a cartoon expose their best kept secret to the entire world. So
their best kept secret, you know, the foundation of what their religion actually believes. Their best kept secret.
Digging. You see, Scientologist has a branch known as the Office of Special Affairs, or the OSA, whose job it is to essentially investigate and harass anyone that they deem to be enemies of Scientology.
Let's go.
Not only that, according to Mark, they have people whose full-time job it is to scrub through every video about Scientology that exists on the internet.
Holy shit, that's crazy.
And transcribe and summarize them.
And they're printing out and making copies of and transcribing every single video that gets done about Scientology on the internet. Everything.
Which means they are definitely doing that to this video right now.
Oh shit. I have made a big mistake.
So, hello Scientologists watching this. Hope you're doing good. I'm sure that's a very tiring job. So, best of luck to you. So in 2011...
Yeah. All right, dude. Scientologists, listen. In my defense, you guys fucking suck, and you're scamming, and I don't feel bad for you for this. Maybe Bloom hopes you're having a nice day, but I don't. I don't really hope you're having a nice day, to be honest. Like I hope your fucking scam collapses really soon. And if you want to sue me, some random YouTuber for it, I'm just going to put allegedly at the beginning of this video and you'll have no power.
Former Scientologist Mark Rathburn, who is the third Mark connected to Scientology that we've talked about in this video, uploaded some documents to his blog about Scientology's look into South Park. These documents detailed how the OSA had been in the process of conducting a full-blown investigation into Trey Parker and Matt Stone, discussing potential, quote, direct lines to Matt and Trey through connections such as friends. Quote, one is Matthew Prager, who has been a friend since 1991. Another is John Stamos, who is best friends with Matt Stone.
I mean, my favorite part is when the ghost sperms entered your urethra.
Apparently, his ex-wife, Rebecca Roman, is also good friends with Stone. These documents also detail what they call special collections, or the methods they would use to gather information on Matt and Trey. This included things like going through their trash, purchasing their phone records, hacking airline reservations, and purchasing bank records. According to Mark Headley, they would also do things like get information on the companies catering to South Park Studios, just in case they eventually wanted to get someone to work for those companies to get inside the offices, and they would also do things like write down every license plate in the parking lot and run them to identify the owners of every car.
They went crazy! Oh my god!
They even went as far as to attempt to hire a film student to act as a spy and get a job at South Park Studios.
That's amazing. Oh my god, that's crazy.
I'm just gonna go ahead and read the whole document.
That's unhinged.
For this one because it's short and it is unbelievably funny. A PI met with a young filmmaker who recently graduated college, who was a student of Eric Sherman. The filmmaker recently did an interview with Lloyd Kaufman, a friend of Trey Parker and Matt Stone. He has agreed to assist to establish some comm lines in the South Park Studios and to try and get intelligence on their plans with regard to Scientology.
I mean, y'all think it is crazy, but Niji Sanji literally does the same thing.
He is going to approach Kaufman to see if Kaufman can get him an introduction to Parker and Stone, and either possibly get a job as an intern.
Don't hire new editors, Nux. No, chat, no! Stevie sitting there in the background rubbing his hands together. I have been waiting. This is my time.
Turn there, or as a writer. Parentheses, he has seen every episode of South Park.
Oh, great. Great, fan.
Like, if that's all it takes, Scientology, hook me up, dude. Like, I think I even have a better resume than that guy. So Scientology quite literally did everything that they could in a massive,
ghost sperms,
coordinated effort to dig up something negative about Matt or Trey that they could hurt them with.
So, dude, by the way, people have done this to me. Like, literally tried, get in the good graces. Maybe I'll leak some shit. Maybe I'll be able to give some shit on some people or get something. Like, yes, Scientology, the fact that it's some massive corporation trying to do this is absolutely insane. Like, bro, dude, you have any idea how massive Scientology is, and they care that much to try to make some sort of smear piece? But for like an individual, I totally get it. For some stupid fucking Dexerno article or whatever, I get it. I really get it. But, like, brother.
So, what did this meticulous and exhaustive investigation reveal about Matt Stone, Trey Parker, and anyone else at South Park Studios?
Let me guess. They were a bunch of fucking druggies that had a lot of fun making parodies of bullshit that they saw on the timeline.
Absolutely nothing.
Ah, damn.
Scientology has never released a single piece of information that was negative or embarrassing about any employees at South Park Studios.
I mean, honestly, I totally get that. So, here's the thing. For me, I've had people reaching out to me that, like, I've known a while ago, and they'll start talking about things. At this point, I'm suspicious of everybody. I will never incriminate myself in DMs with anybody. All right? Never. Even, like, it doesn't matter how much I trust you. It doesn't matter anything. I will not incriminate myself in DMs just because I always have in the back of my head, this dude was sent here by someone. And it literally ended up being true one time. I know for a fact someone DM'd me talking about stuff for months until they asked me something specific, and I was like, and then I found out later that, yes, they were asked to eventually get me to open up about something. By the way, it happened one time, and it confirmed all of my suspicions about everything, and I'll never incriminate myself ever.
So unless this investigation was even more extensive than we thought, and it's still
not incriminate necessarily about me, just either leak some shit that someone could use on a video against me. It's crazy.
Going on nearly 20 years later, it's safe to assume that they just didn't find anything of interest. But why were they so mad in the first place? Why is it so important to keep their belief secret?
Paranoia wins again! Incriminate about what? It's not really incriminating me as much as it's me and my thoughts on somebody else. That's kind of what they wanted, and it didn't end up, whatever, you don't actually care, and I'm not ever gonna tell you. But yeah, that's the nutshell. It was my thoughts on somebody else that they were gonna, whatever. All right, anyway.
And why would they go to such extreme lengths to get revenge on two dudes who made a cartoon about them? Well,
because, you see, it directly hurts their money flow. Directly. If it's a scam, people aren't gonna give them money anymore.
A few reasons for that. Firstly, because their religion commands them to. You see, our old friend Elron created a policy for Scientology long ago that he dubbed fair game law, which identified that, quote, any action taken against a suppressive person or group is, quote, fair game. That pretty much...
What? Wait, huh? Fair game law. What is that?
Which means if someone is talking bad about Scientology, it's your job to make sure that they stop. I don't...
Bro, power in the hands of the people. Do they talk bad about Scientology? Well, get the crowbars out. It's fair game. We won't defend you in court, but honestly, if you break their kneecaps, they won't do it again.
Care how you do it, make sure they stop. And despite the fact that Scientologists claim this practice was discontinued decades ago, their actions speak a lot louder than their words. So that explains a lot of their history of aggressively trying to silence their opposition with lawsuits and threats. For example, Mark mentions a case where they tried to sue a whistleblower of the church, but ended up having to pay her millions of dollars.
Oh my god, the reverse flex. Let's fucking go.
As he said,
speaking of fair game practices and fair game laws, someone just posted in my chat that there's a new channel called Nuxanor, which is a Nux clipping channel just stealing my content. Wait, your only video is Nux is sexist and gay? Really? That's your only video? Nux is sexist and gay. What is this music? Bruh. I was here to watch Solo Leveling to get rock hard watching a sexy man beat up monsters, okay? For the love of God, get this woman off my... Oh my god, this is the only clip on Nuxanor. This is obviously out of context. Nux isn't actually sexist or gay. Alright, god fucking damn. Alright, let's go.
Their strategy is always to either threaten you or to bribe you. And let me be clear in saying that Scientology, I'm sure you're not too happy about this video being up and reminding everyone of all the bad stuff you do, but I do have some great news for you. My journalistic integrity can be bought for a lot less than $1 million. I mean,
honestly true. Yo, Blooms is so right. Listen, Scientology, if you want this video taken down and me to issue a public apology, it'll only cost you $1 million. That's my price. You know what? Family discount, $850,000. American.
You could just slide me $50K and this video will cease to exist.
I would not do it for $50K though. I would not. If you offer me $50K, some pathetic little sum of money like $50K to take this video down, I will make a second video on you instead, talking about how pathetic and beta shit you are for only offering $50K. If it's less than 200,000K, 200K, I will be making a follow-up video making fun of you.
No questions asked. I'm just saying. But that still doesn't explain why they insisted that their beliefs remain a secret. You know, the whole Lord Xenu and alien souls watching movies or whatever. Why does it matter that South Park talked about all of that? Well, you see, South Park talking about these confidential beliefs was the single action that would seal Scientology's fate for good. Allow me to explain.
Yeah, you see, the worst thing a cult... the worst thing for a cult is actually knowing what they sell before you buy it. Because it's bullshit. What am I gonna do with $50K? Pay for a Verbal Ace Has-Been Hotel cartoon? Come on, bro.
As I mentioned earlier, the general public knew very little about Scientology at the time, just like the Scientologists wanted. All the alien stuff had been leaked onto the internet at this point, but only the most niche corners of the internet were aware, and Scientology had done a really good job of silencing anyone who dared to share this information.
More like Silence-tology.
Through essentially abusing copyright laws.
Wow! It all goes back to copyright abuse. Holy shit. It's a literal never-ending treadmill of bullshit. Oh my god, bro. It's always copyright abuse. It's crazy how that keeps working.
So basically, no one knew about any of this at the time, and it had received no widespread media coverage. At the same time, 90% of Scientologists knew very little about Scientology. The stuff about Lord Xenu and alien souls, only a tiny number of Scientologists actually knew about any of that stuff.
Which is the core of their entire religion, right?
Mark Headley says that he was at the international headquarters of Scientology for 15 years, and he never learned about any of that stuff.
That's insane. It's insane. Being holy fuck. Being a Scientologist for 15 years in the inner circle, and he still didn't know what the religion was actually about. Lord, that's crazy. 45 minutes ago, Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate were detained in a Romanian prison on behalf of UK authorities. Charges, and
he first
skill issue.
Learned all of that stuff from the South Park episode, and he didn't even believe it at first. He had to.
The top tier S-rank Scientologist is the guy that he learned about Xenu from freaking South Park. Oh my god, that's awful.
To confirm it with his.
Okay, dude, honestly, at this point, maybe, listen, suddenly my Mormon, the guy that I was talking to, my Mormon dude that didn't know anything about, you know, the Book of Mormon or any of that, maybe he's not alone. I don't know. The way I see it, anyone that's going to be part of a group or a religion, like, if you don't, or anything, you gotta freaking know the lore. If you don't know the lore, what the hell are you doing? You're putting your faith in something you don't even know the lore about? Like, at least know the goddamn lore, bro. You know, in Mormonism, it's about some guy who was given golden tablets. He was given golden tablets with all the commandments for the Book of Mormon by an angel. I think the angel was called Mormoni or something. And the angel gave him the golden tablets, and it was in some ancient language, and they couldn't understand, and he couldn't understand this ancient language on the golden tablets. So the angel also gave him a dictionary to translate the golden tablets. So he translated the golden tablets, and then the angel took back the golden tablets and the dictionary, and he was just left with his translation to the Book of Mormon. Like, that's, I believe, maybe I'm mistaken, but if I remember correctly, that is kind of what the foundation of Moroni. It's Moroni, not Mormoni, the angel. Whatever, I don't know. But the point is, like, you get something like that, right? Like, at least know the fundamentals of what you believe in here. I'm just saying. Forgot about the hat? All right, I gave you the really abridged version.
His wife, who was previously a higher-ranking official in Scientology, and she told him that, yeah, that's exactly what they believe. And the reason that no Scientologists know about this stuff is because in order to learn about it, you have to make it to operating Thetan level 3. OT levels in Scientology function essentially as a video game ranking system that determines how enlightened you are.
But oh my god, that's insane. It's insane. They literally give you skill trees and shit to work on to become better and keep growing in the ranks. It's such an impressively designed scam. Such an insanely, impressively designed pay-to-win scam. Dude, isn't the main character from Solo Leveling cool? Well, everyone that joins the Church of Scientology becomes Sung Jin Woo.
But unfortunately,
you just get to level up depression. It's pay to win, but it's worth it.
Can't climb this ranked ladder by grinding out MMR over time. This game is pay to win because the only way you're—
Oh my god, he literally said the pay to win shit. No! Not pre-watched, not pre-watched.
Moving up the ladder is with money. And while OT3 may not seem very high, Mark estimates that by the time a Scientologist has reached OT level 3, they have spent upwards of $200,000.
Fuck, dude. Oh my, dude. That's why I grinded my my depression free to play. It took a while, but we got through it.
On Scientology.
$200,000, and that's just one guy. God damn. You know what, Scientologists, if you're watching this video, I will take it down for a small $200,000.
Now you may be starting to see why Scientology was pretty upset about this. For the first time ever, the true beliefs of Scientology were shared with the entire world. Even Jenna Miscavige, the niece of David Miscavige, who's the dude who's been the leader of Scientology since the 80s, has talked about how she learned about the Xenu stuff from South Park. But
no fucking way. The daughter of the leader of Scientology learnt about the religion's lore from South Park for free. That's insane.
But it did get out. I mean, it eventually...
It did. From South Park.
From South Park.
Yeah, that's where I learned about it.
Wow.
Wow.
This story that...
Oh my god, that's crazy. That's insane.
Was previously only accessible behind a $200,000 paywall was now completely free public information that everyone knew about. As you would imagine, this would essentially destroy Scientology's entire business model, since they profited off of people who were seeking the truth.
What's better than telling people a stupid story and having them believe you? Having them pay you for it, stupid!
God damn, that's crazy, right? If it's just enlightenment, tell everyone. What does paying have to do with it? Obviously, as a rational human being, that's what I would say.
Combine that with the fact that the story itself sounds like, well, a poorly written science fiction novel.
Dude, it sounds like a child science fiction novel. It's so insanely simplistic.
And you can pretty much guarantee that anyone that hears about this will never be joining your religion. However,
that's fucking crazy. Just one well-timed, well-researched parody was enough to take down one of the most powerful cults in existence.
Release of the episode didn't immediately cripple Scientology. You see, they had their own unique form of contingency. According to Mark, in the church, Scientologists were taught that you could not hear anything about higher OT levels until you made it to those levels yourself.
Oh my god, that's crazy. Yo, what an insane twist, bro.
If you did happen to learn about levels that you haven't reached yet, you would get pneumonia and die.
What? Do you want pneumonia? No? Well, you can't learn it. Yo! Okay, then why didn't South Park just murder every person on the planet? Everyone that watches South Park should have pneumonia and die. What on earth is that? And people buy this shit because you've already spent $2,000. I've come to know that there is nothing more truly impressively powerful than the human mind, all right? Dude, cognitive dissonance is it's so insanely powerful. Right? By the fact that they spent all this money on Scientology, they are psychologically convincing themselves. They are convincing themselves that it must be real, and any evidence that goes against it must not be true. It doesn't matter how much evidence or proof or anything, because you've spent 4 Verbalaces worth on your freaking OT level. Your mind wants you to be right. Your mind convinces you that it's true. That's crazy. What insane amounts of manipulation. Or maybe that's why we got COVID. South Park released their fucking video about Scientology, then COVID happened. Coincidence? Mass pneumonia?
So, luckily for Scientology, if any of their members saw any of the stuff in this episode, if they didn't die of pneumonia the next day, then it couldn't be true. Because of this, a lot of the members at the
God. It couldn't be true, because if it was true, you would die.
Time just thought that it wasn't what Scientologists actually believe. And because the vast majority of these people would never reach OT level 3, it didn't even matter, since they'd never really even know. So
that's crazy. That's insane. That's insane. Like the amount of mental control they had over these people in the cult. Holy shit.
While in the short term, it wasn't a massive blow to Scientology, the real way that South Park took down Scientology was by opening the door for others. After South Park ruthlessly went after Scientology and came out completely unscathed, everyone else saw that and thought, huh, I guess Scientology isn't all that scary. There's nothing they can really do. And from that moment on, Scientology was the laughingstock of religions. No one is afraid to make fun of them anymore. Now that
it's true. Even people like me. But then again, I make fun of everybody, so let's not use that. It's not a good metric.
They realize that the worst they can do is send some vaguely threatening letters and dig through your trash. Now everyone knows about Scientology's weird beliefs, about Lord Xenu and his army of alien ghosts, and we can all point and laugh at them because of how stupid that is. Most importantly,
it's so impressively dumb. A paper tiger, literally.
No one who knows anything about them will join their scam ever again. They have to rely solely on people who live under a rock because the vast majority of the public knows what Scientology is really about. And despite
Scientology is just a gotcha game? What the fuck?
The church's claims of continued growth, some estimates place the total number of Scientologists at less than 10,000 in 2023.
Honestly, still impressive that they managed to get 10,000 people to believe this bullshit.
A far cry from their numbers long ago. And all of this is the case because South Park wasn't afraid to go after the boogeyman nearly 20 years ago. Even their biggest spokesperson, our boy Tom Cruise, seems to be moving away from the church as rumors spread about him distancing himself. You know,
Tom Cruise!
Speaking of Tom Cruise, did he ever make it out of that closet? I totally forgot to check up on him.
Go away!
No, it doesn't seem like he came out of the closet yet, but it does seem like he threatened to sue South Park.
Alright, that was another whole issue that happened here in this episode. But dude, the Scientology part, that's crazy. It's crazy how just taking the mask off was enough. Like, dude, it's so fucking cool. Like, ultimately, what changed? What changed between Scientology before the South Park episode and Scientology right after the South Park episode? Nothing. Nothing changed in regards to Scientology itself. It's just that mask off moment that's so crazy. Holy shit.
Reports say that Tom wasn't too happy about his portrayal in this episode, with Matt and Trey wanting to joke about the rumors that Tom Cruise might be secretly gay. When they discussed this idea with their lawyers, they pointed out that Cruise has a history of suing people who had spoken about his sexuality.
Oh, God.
So, because this is South Park, their loophole was to place Mr. Cruise in an actual closet. Sources close to Tom Cruise claim that he was not happy about this, which
obviously
is completely shocking because he seemed so convincing when he said this.
I have never worried, Matt, about what other people think.
Yeah, dude.
And what other people say.
There were rumors that Cruise still threatened to sue South Park, but these were never confirmed. However, it seemed like Tom might be the one to get the last laugh, because only a few months later came the legendary Closet Gate. You see, they had planned to rebroadcast the episode on Comedy Central in March, but suddenly, and without any explanation, the episode was canceled and replaced with another. Immediately, speculation about Tom Cruise's involvement in the pulling of the episode was seen all over, with anonymous sources claiming that Tom himself had the episode pulled. The narrative was that during his Mission Impossible 3 publicity tour, Cruise had caught wind of the rebroadcast, and he told Paramount, the studio behind Mission Impossible, that he would boycott his own publicity tour if the episode was aired on Comedy Central.
Oh my god, there's no way. He literally used himself as a bomb. He used himself as a ticking time bomb. Shit, dude. God damn it. What a beta. What a pathetic bitch. Doesn't he know that that'll put more eyes on it? Does he not understand the Streisand effect at all? Like, don't you realize that by talking about this, you're immortalizing it?
Central. Comedy Central was also owned by Paramount, so it made sense that Cruise could do something like this. 2 days later,
literal extortion though? That's actual extortion.
Later, Matt and Trey would release their own official statements on the matter, which went exactly as you would expect it to.
So, Scientology, you may have won this battle, but the million-year war for Earth has just begun. You have obstructed us for now, but your feeble bid to save humanity will fail.
Fans...
Dude. Trey Parker and Matt Stone, the servants of the Dark Lord Xenu. No! That's amazing! Oh my god, bro. That's crazy! Yeah, honestly, as good of a statement as you could have possibly made. Like, but the truth is it's out. And the more South Park will try to silence it, the more obvious it is that it's real. No one silences criticism that's just completely fake. Then you wouldn't need to silence it. Then you could sue for slander. If, Like, people don't know this somehow. Like, I know that there's a lot of YouTubers that end up in, like, this situation where they'll try to use underhanded methods to get videos taken down about them that they don't like, that paints them in a bad light, right? Like, bro, you realize you're just shining a spotlight on it, right? You are shining an actual spotlight on the situation when you try to take it down. Like, it is the fucking stupidest thing in the universe, trying to get videos removed. Look at right now. At the time of recording this, there's this massive controversy going on with Sweet Baby Inc., okay? It's this video game studio that's woke video game studio that's adding diversity to video games and stuff like that. The reason why they are getting absolutely obliterated right now is because they were trying to get someone banned, and all that person did was basically compile a list of video games that worked with Sweet Baby Inc. Coincidentally, a lot of those video games were shit. But the point is, they tried to ban him. They tried to take him down. That was it. That's what they tried to do. And now, them trying to ban him put such a spotlight on their company and all the bullshit and heinous, like, dumb fuckery that they've done over the last 10 years. Bro, they insulted Toriyama after he died, the creator of Dragon Ball. They made an entire post about how, well, you know, his portrayal of black people wasn't the best, right after the man actually died. Like, bro, the reason why people are jumping down your throat about this is because you Streisanded yourself into the situation. You never tried to use extra legal methods to take down shit, right? Honestly. And that's why the whole internet right now is just like, fuck these guys. They're toast. They're actually toast. No one should ever work with them again. All because they pointed a spotlight on something and literally called them out. And it happens again and again and again and again. I feel like most of the biggest YouTube or social media takedowns are because someone tried to take down someone else. Like, Illuminati made this whole post trying to call out Legal for stealing her editing style or whatever. And then people started looking into Illuminati, and turns out she abused people, allegedly. She plagiarized shit, allegedly. She, like, did every crime known to mankind, allegedly. All right? But that's all because she started it. She literally lit the fuse. It's ironic that I feel like if they would have just let this go and been like, released a statement, yo, bro, that South Park episode, that was funny as shit. That was a really funny video. You know that's not what Scientology actually is about, but like still the parody was good. If they would have released a statement like that, Scientology might still be around today. Instead, they decided to go all full baby rage mad mode and tried to take them down. Which literally just propagates the message that everything they said was true. Like, that's insane. And so fucking cool.
Obstructed us for now, but your feeble bid to save humanity will fail.
Fans of the show were not very happy about the situation, as they rushed to spread pirated copies of the episode online.
Yeah, that's it. And more people watched it than ever before. Literally. The reason why this video exists, the reason why people talk about this as a controversy. You see, everyone talks about South Park controversies, right? And Scientology's situation is always at the top of the list. It would not be a controversy if South Park was just like, lol, funny video, not actually accurate, but still funny. If they would have just done that, then this wouldn't have been a controversy. People know about this situation because of how Scientology reacted to all of it. They literally were the ultimate advertisement for this episode.
To ensure that it wasn't censored. The full episode was even uploaded on YouTube, where it would amass over 700,000 views. When asked about this, Comedy Central even said that they didn't even ask to have it removed, pretty much confirming that they didn't—
Yo, that's so badass! Dude, uploading anything on YouTube is awful, okay? As someone that gets copyright problems all the time when touching anything owned by like these big television studios, they must have gone out of their way to greenlight that episode. You heard me correctly. It's not that they didn't claim the video. They went out of their way to greenlight it. I get copyright when I like will have a little clip of a video or something just playing like randomly in a video. I get copyrighted, okay? By a bot. Even while the video is still private, it gets copyrighted by the YouTube algorithm bot that scans everything for using other people's content. They actively turned down the bot, greenlighting this video. Okay? That is fucking awesome. Fucking awesome.
Didn't seem to mind this kind of piracy. A couple months later, Matt and Trey even hosted a public screening of the episode in a London theater, handing out free copies of the episode.
Yo! Making up free copies of the episode! Oh my god.
Afterwards. They wanted as many people as possible to see this episode, and more importantly, they didn't want to be defeated by Tom Cruise. It would be months before the episode would be rebroadcasted, but eventually in June of 2006, it was broadcasted for the first time since the initial airing.
Damn.
Now, during all of this, Tom Cruise remained adamant that he had absolutely nothing to do with the pulling of the episode.
The famous "I had nothing to do with it" line.
Discuss it in an interview on ABC. And even though I couldn't find the video of it, I'm gonna read the quote here, and you can tell me whether you believe it or not. First of all, could you ever imagine sitting down with anyone? I would never sit down with someone and question them on their beliefs.
What the fuck?
Here's the thing. I'm really not even going to dignify this.
What?
I honestly didn't even really know about it.
This is so bullshit. What?
I'm working, making my movie. I've got my family. I'm busy. I don't spend my days going, what are people saying about me?
Dude, that's literally the same quote that he had in that unhinged interview with that other guy.
Yeah, whatever you say, Tom. But that pretty much rounds out the Tom Cruise era of South Park controversy, leaving us with only one more thing to talk about. Following the airing of this episode, Isaac Hayes, the voice actor for Chef, would quit from the show. Hayes was a Scientologist, and shortly after, he published a statement berating the show for being intolerant and bigoted towards religious beliefs.
That's crazy. That's so crazy. And you know for a fact that, oh shit. And you know for an absolute fact that he was forced to do that, right? Like, Scientology told him, oh, you work with them? You gotta, bro. You gotta talk about it.
Beliefs. Matt Stone would release his own statement, clapping back at Hayes, calling out the hypocrisy in profiting off of making fun of every other religion, but not being able to take it when it's his turn.
Shit, true, right? That's what South Park does. South Park makes fun of every religion on the planet. Right? Like they have made fun of every single religion. Right? You can't be racist if you make fun of every race. Then you're just appreciating every race equally. That's what I'm saying. But dude, so that's true. So going up saying that Scientology's bad, that just heavily implies that Scientology told him he had to say that. Also, fun fact, Tom Cruise, like this is barely a Google search away. In 2008, which was 2 years after this episode aired for the second time, right? It aired for the second time in 2006. In 2008, a leaked promotional video showed the actor discussing the benefits of the controversial religion, which bewildered his fans, right? The fact that this kept happening over the years. Like, bruh, that's crazy.
Very first episode of the following season saw a plot in which Chef would be brainwashed by a cult, leaving all of his friends in South Park behind.
What could that mean?
Despite their best attempts, the boys are unable to rescue him from the cult, where he suffers an absolutely horrific death. This
they just fucking kill him. What cult could that be referencing?
Would be the last of Chef that we would see in South Park.
That's crazy.
Then, 2 years after his departure from the show, Hayes would pass away from a stroke at the age of 65.
Oh my God.
The circumstances surrounding
That's
his
scary.
death were rather odd, but we'll come back to that in a second. Years later, Isaac Hayes' son would come out and state that his father had suffered from a stroke in January of 2006, which left him unable to speak or comprehend much of anything. During this time, everyone around him was involved in Scientology, so while suffering from obvious brain damage, Scientology quit on his behalf.
Wait, so this stroke should be in fucking quotes, right? Like, this is a stroke. Lost the ability to speak. Oh my god, dude, bro.
The circumstances surrounding his death were rather odd, but
what could be odd about a stroke, right? That should be very easily understandable. Like, if they get a stroke, like, that's just life.
Come back to that in a second. Years later, Isaac Hayes' son would come out and state that his father had suffered from a stroke in January of 2006, which left him unable to speak or comprehend much of anything. During this time, everyone around him was involved in Scientology, so while suffering from obvious brain damage, Scientology quit on his behalf. And as it turns out, Hayes' son wasn't the first to make this accusation, as journalist Roger Friedman, who was a close friend of Hayes, wrote an article the day after Hayes' death that essentially makes the same claims, as well as some shocking ones that I had somehow never heard of until I started researching for this video. He describes an interaction with Matt Stone shortly after the release of the episode, in which he details Hayes coming to him in tears, stating that he was under pressure from Scientology and that he would be forced to quit if they didn't stop making fun of it.
I mean, I'll be real. Pre-watched? Question mark? I literally just said that. He was forced to do that by Scientology. There's no way he said it himself. I don't know. Maybe I've worked with too many of these agencies that control what people say or whatever. Like, oh, this statement sounds like it came from, you know, someone else. Kind of weird how this statement happened at this given time. But goddamn, bro. I didn't know this was, like, said.
A week later, he was performing chef songs at a ball, indicating that his relationship with South Park was as strong as ever. But after his stroke, he had been severely mentally and physically impaired, barely recognizing Roger at one of his disastrous shows. And then, just a couple years later, came his untimely death. On August 10th, 2008, Isaac Hayes was found unresponsive in his home on the ground next to a running treadmill. The cause of death for Hayes was determined to be another stroke, however, an autopsy was never done. This left a lot
suspicious. If a death is done under odd circumstances, I would think an autopsy should be required, right? Like, I don't know. The Niji Sanji cult parallels right now are kind of hitting very hard. It's like, imagine doing something purely for money, controlling people and controlling what they say, putting words in their mouth.
More questions than answers. Why would someone who's recovering from a stroke be on a treadmill alone in their house? Why didn't they do an autopsy? The potential answers all seem to point exactly where we expect them to. As Roger Friedman mentioned...
I mean, listen, I said it at the start of this video, that Scientology has been allegedly tied to very suspicious deaths. Fuck, bro.
In his article, and as we talked about earlier, Scientology is very much against any kind of psychiatric care or psychotropic drugs, which just so happen to be precisely the kind of drugs that would be routine in helping someone recover from a stroke. Scientology...
That's not psychiatric, that's neurologic. There's a big difference, all right? Psychiatric is mental health, right? Neurologic is your, like, physical brain issues, right? Stroke is a neurologic problem. It's not a psychiatric problem. So the drugs that they should take, even according to Scientology standards, shouldn't, unless they wanted him gone. Even by Scientology standards, drugs for a stroke is fine.
Also believe in a very specific detox treatment that is used to clear any of these potentially dangerous drugs out of your system. This treatment is known as purification rundown, and it consists of spending hours a day in a sauna alongside consistent exercise and a diet that consists of a bunch of...
Dude, oh my god, the treatment, the crazy fucking treatment killed him. They killed him. Long periods in a sauna and exercise for someone prone to strokes?
Of different vitamins, including over 300 times the recommended dose of niacin. So, running back through all this information...
300 times the recommended dose?
We know that
He was also, I think, very overweight, and they got him exercising and doing all this shit.
Isaac Hayes was recovering from a stroke, likely taking some form of psychotropic meds as part of his treatment. We know that everyone that was consistently present in his life at this time was a Scientologist. We know that Scientology hates psychotropic medication and avoids them at all costs. We know their treatment to flush these terrible drugs out of your system involves lots of time spent in a sauna and exercise. And we know that Isaac Hayes was found dead next to a running treadmill.
That's just a theory. A game theory. I'm just saying, Matt Pat, if you want to come back from retirement, open up a 5th channel called Conspiracy Theory, homie, I would be there for you.
Now, some may look at this information and put pieces of this puzzle together and say things like, Scientology killed Isaac Hayes, or...
Wow, you're really just gonna say that, bro? You're really just gonna say that?
They're monsters who tarnished his legacy and took advantage of him at his lowest moment because they couldn't stand the fact that he was friends with the people who had criticized them.
I mean, that's just unfathomably true.
Or even, they did all of this while actively forcing him to take part in a dangerous pseudoscience treatment that would eventually be the cause of his untimely death. You know, I personally wouldn't make any accusations like that, but some might.
Look, I would... Listen, I'm not saying that they killed him, okay? I think they did, but I'm not saying they did. I want you to come to your own conclusion, all right? I think they killed him. But I wouldn't say that, though. Like, dude, allegedly, they literally murdered this man. They literally murdered, allegedly, this man. Allegedly, literally killed him. Took a guy that they didn't like, that was part of the cult, and they fucking allegedly killed him. In my opinion. God damn. What a ride. What a ride.
You know, despite all the darkness we've talked about today, I think we can all rest assured that the only trajectory for Scientology from here
is down. Yeah, sink that goddamn. If Niji-Sanji's a yacht, then these guys are a fucking space cruiser. Sink the rocket. I don't know. There's no equivalent.
And if it weren't for South Park back in 2005, that might not be the case.
Honestly true. Insane. A well-timed parody. A well-timed mask-off moment is all it took. It's so fascinating. It's so fascinating to see how sometimes a little bit of behind-the-scenes information can destroy everything. I personally think that's kind of beautiful in its own way, right? Like, just think about it for a second.
PETA.
Like, Illuminati, all right? This is like one of my go-to examples here. This is a YouTube channel that had almost 2 million subscribers at her height. And she was making 15 million views a month, which, for the record, is $50,000 around, probably, a month. Like, that's pretty fucking crazy. Her content has remained the same over the course of the last while, right? She hasn't been posting that much lately, because her videos are dwindling, right? Here, this video here has 13,000 views 4 weeks ago. She's making the same exact content that she did even at her height. You look at her most popular videos, it's the same exact content, right? Well, a bunch of swastikas for some reason, but the same exact content. Literally nothing changed between her content then and her content now. And still, the fact that the content is exactly the same, the fact that her mask is off and everyone knows that she's just a vile and disgusting human being, like, that says it all. Here, let's go to her most recent video. We'll copy the link. We'll drop it into the YouTube dislike viewer real quick. And, dude, look at this. Look at this. People are going to all of her videos just to drop dislikes. This video has 86% dislikes. Like, that is absolutely fucking insane. It's insane. And it's the same exact content that she's always been making. Her content hasn't changed one iota. Her content is exactly the same. But just because the mask came off, that's all it took. Dude, that's literally all it took. How insane is that?
So now, hopefully, you all have a better understanding of that time that South Park took down an entire religion.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah, and don't forget to check out our wonderful sponsor, War Thunder.
Yeah,
you can check them out.
That was good shit. Blooms, you fucking killed it, my guy. I'm telling you, I've said this before, I'll say it again. This dude makes the best South Park content on the internet. I love Bloom's videos so much. So much! What a good-ass video. Literally. Dude, I respect the research so much. You did such a good-ass job. Common Blooms W, the GOAT. All right? Brother. Thank you for making this, and thank you for being in the comments of all my reactions. Honestly, it makes me, it's always like super wholesome to see you there. You're a good bloomy boy, But anyway, I actually have this business opportunity for you that I think it would work really well if you are in the videos here. Just respond like a simple yes no answer if you're interested. I was thinking of starting not a cult or a religion per se, but more like a very hyper-focused, multi-level marketing opportunity for people that want to get in on the ground floor. Now, I'm not going to tell people the specifics until they give me their hard-earned cash to learn it, but the way I'm seeing it, like there is a future here. There is a future, all right? I'm just saying. So obviously, they'll give us money to learn more about it, and the way it works is we'll keep dropping them with little nuggets of information. As they keep paying more and more, they get to higher and higher metaphysical truth levels, and the way that works is like, I don't want to give it all away, I don't want to give away all the sauce, but like, they start as E tier, and as they keep going, like eventually after, I don't want to say paywall, because obviously the money they give is just purely to cure the toxins of their own body, right? You got what I'm saying. And the more they give, that proves how many of their toxins have been cured. And once enough of their toxins are cured and they actually hit S rank, we give them a % of the company to convince them to lure more people. My fucking... All right, thank you all so much for being here. This was fun. Big if true. Oh yeah. It's not his pyramid scheme, trust me. Because the government is at the bottom of the pyramid scheme. It's as simple as that. I'll use my Jew connections. God, I'm digging my pit too deep. Bye. All right, that's the end of the South Park segment. That was a great video. Fuck, dude. If you made it to the end, click one of these 2 videos, which also will definitely get me canceled. See you live on Kick. Stay weird, fam.